Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a third year history student here at Southampton, and I just want to talk to you today about the group project to let you know what I went through and what you can sort of expect from the whole experience. Obviously, with the whole idea of having a public outcome, for me, last year that didn't quite happen due to the pandemic, but hopefully you can still learn some stuff about what I went through. So, initially, my group project was about the Roman triumph. I'm not going to go into a great deal of detail about what that is because it's not necessarily relevant to the whole idea of the group project. But essentially, it's important to know that when you go into your group project, there is a lot of groups and you are not going to be guaranteed to be in familiar territory with what you're looking at. For me, I was very lucky. I had been doing ancient Rome for 2 years. I'd done quite a few modules on it optionally. So I was in a good place. I had a good foundation of knowledge, but there was 7 or 8 of us in this group, and not everyone had that same sort of level of ground knowledge. So this is where having your initial research stage is really, really important. It gives everyone this sort of basic foundational knowledge so that you can move on, develop your questions for this first assignment where you have to have sort of 3 or 4 indicative research questions, and everyone can then go away and look at what they want to look at specifically, because this is a group project. You do need to look at the specific question, but just because you're not doing a period of history that you particularly enjoy, you may get very lucky and be something that you absolutely love. But let's say it's not. You can still weave in your interests into that by shaping your research questions. So I think if you're able to do that and find a way to get your interest in that, it's going to really help with the group project and your overall outcome. Now, first piece of advice I'd give really is that if you can, organise a time where you can all get together, whether it's virtually through Teams or any other way. Try and have regular meetings. We did once a week for our group, and really it helped a lot because you've got, even if everyone isn't necessarily doing the same amount of work, and you've got some people doing loads and loads of research right at the start, and there always is going to be some people like that. Some people just doing a few bits to get a grip of what you're looking at. Being able to then come together once a week, share these ideas, so important, because you can have these people that have a great deal of knowledge helping the people that don't necessarily understand what's going on. Then we need to look at, you've got all of these assignments, there's quite a few. Don't worry, they're very, very daunting. I'm not going to pretend that they aren't, but you'll get through them, and because there's so many of you, as long as you divide up all the work evenly, it's not an issue. It really isn't. Best piece of advice for that I can give is try and have a couple of people dedicated to one assignment so that you can say, right, these 2 guys or girls are going to work to get this one finished. Everyone else can help them with research or any other way that the assignment needs to be done. Have them 2 just hand it in. That is their job. And do that for every assignment. It really works. And this is very, very important, I have to say, for the group essay. Best piece of advice I had for the group essay was from previous years, where they said, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of words, everyone's putting in research to it. It could just be a big mosaic where you've got lots of different writing styles all mashed together. It doesn't quite work as an essay. Best piece of advice we had, have one person that takes all of the work of everyone else, hopefully it's pretty well written up, and have them edit it and basically rewrite it so it's one style. That way it's just going to be a lot more cohesive, and it definitely benefited our group. We had one guy put all of ours together, and I think our mark definitely benefited from that in comparison to other groups that didn't do it. So finally, the public outcome. Just work on it throughout. We wanted to do a lesson. Obviously, we weren't able to do that, but you need to look at what your target audience is, how that works with your topic, and make sure you have a good understanding of what you're trying to do. For a lesson plan, you have to understand, but we were looking at young children. How do you get kids to engage with relatively high level material. So how do you bring it down to their level and still make it really engaging? So we had a load of different activities, videos. They were going to be going around and doing stuff and actually engaging literally, rather than just sat down listening to us talking, because they wouldn't have picked up any of that. So it's just really important that you understand what your target audience is so you can tailor all of your high level research to fit that specific group that you're aiming for. And finally, just don't worry about it. It's actually quite good. We know all the stereotypes about group work. Fine, it may happen. I had a lot of groups that had no issues. I was certainly one of them. So don't stress, don't go and saying all these things about hating group work, 'cause it isn't that bad, and trust me, it's really fun and you'll make some good friends from it.